Hi there, and thank you for tuning in. In this book, Freeman talks about an exercise where he suggests that you write down all the rules that you follow, and then you do the opposite, simply just to see where that will take your photography. And I think that is an extremely good exercise, and I can only recommend this book. I will post a link to it in the description below. The precondition for that exercise, however, is that you are aware what the rules are, or the guides that you are following. And I had sort of an epiphany. Is that a strong word? Maybe it is. But I learned something from studying this good book by a British photographer called Sartore. And he has made a series of books. And this is I believe it's the first one, collection 1 from 2017. In that book, I just want to show you this picture. Can you see the one with the Eiffel Tower? That breaks a rule that I was following, which says you should always show your entire subject. If your subject is the Eiffel Tower, then show the entire Eiffel Tower because, it's out of respect for the subject, the architects, the people who have built it. Why wouldn't you show the entire thing? But if you look at this image, you can see that Sartore has actually cut away the legs, which to me is very dramatic because I follow this rule and that I've now become aware of. And that discovery is actually very helpful because now I can start to break that rule and see where that takes my photography. You may be thinking, yeah, Frederick, but I'm not following that rule. But the point is you are probably following some other rules. So if you can become aware of what those rules are, then you can start to break them, and then that can take your photography to a new level. In this book, Sartore actually expresses a rule that he follows that is a little bit along the same lines. He says, if something is in your frame that doesn't work for you, it actually works against you. And he says this many times in the book, and it actually is a good rule. And I didn't follow that rule because I followed the opposite rule. I was a little bit too respectful for the subject, in this case the Eiffel Tower, and wanted to always include the entire shape of the Eiffel Tower. May last year in 2023, Sotheby's sold the most expensive painting of all times from a Danish painter. Hammershøi, who had painted the picture, he was not afraid to cut away things also. And again, I want to show you here, it's a heavy book, so I hope I can make it. If you see down here where my hand is, that's a picture of the church. And that is exactly the way I would have taken the picture, showing the full church in all its glory. But when Hammershøi painted the church, he didn't follow that rule. You can see he cut away the top of the church, which in my mind is very controversial. And also notice there was scaffold around the church at the time when he painted it. And he included that in the painting. Normally when I travel and do architecture photography, I'm really, I get annoyed when there's scaffold around the building thing. Couldn't they just get the job done so I could get my picture? But, Hammershøi, he just cut out exactly what he wanted to be in the frame and left everything else out. Completely disrespectful, if you can say it like that, of the entire shape of, in this case, the very beautiful church here in Copenhagen. So again, I think you see Hammershøi, you see Sartore, they are not afraid of cutting away things that doesn't work for them. So they actually follow another rule, you can say, Sartore's rule, saying, if it's not working for you, it's actually working against you. And I just want to reiterate, maybe you're thinking, but I don't follow that rule. I'm fine with cutting away things, and that's fine. But the point is that if you take some of the things you believe in, some of the rules that you follow, maybe in an unconscious way, and work with them so that you go the other direction, you may find that they will take your photography to a new level. As always, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.